Right, hey, crabbing and fishing back with another video for you folks. Well, today it's Friday before the New Jersey fluke season opens, and it doesn't look like the weatherman is going to cooperate for us on Tuesday. Well, or the weatherman is just the messenger, so we always like to shoot the weatherman or the messenger. So what I decided to do is I just want to show you a little bit of the equipment that I use while I'm out fluke fishing and what I'm going to take with me. I'm going to show you, all the way down from my bucktails to my reels. Take a quick look at the rods and the setups that I'll utilize as well. None of this stuff is secret. None of it is super expensive. I don't feel I need to spend a whole lot of money. And some folks, you're going to have your opinions. You're going to say, well, you shouldn't use this or you shouldn't use that. If that's your opinion, that's perfectly fine. If you don't like the equipment, then you're right, you shouldn't use it. But this is what has worked for me the past couple of seasons. This is what I will be using again this season. So I just want to take a few moments and share that with you. We'll start off over here with the bucktails. You see I have a couple of different styles here. I got your traditional fish style bucktail, fish head bucktail that I got from my buddies down there at Captain Hank's in Galloway, New Jersey. Followed up by some of my ball jigs from Hearst Tackle Supply over in Winona, New Jersey. Both, as far as I'm concerned, are excellent tackle suppliers. I've been using them for a couple of seasons now, and I've had success with both products. This one here, Captain Hank's, is also Ed down there at Captain Hank's also taught me and showed me how to tie my own bucktail. So this is what you see here. Some of the bucktails I tie myself using some Hearst jig heads. I have a bunch also in the other junk fishing room, if you will, utilizing the fish heads that Captain Hank's hooked me up with. So I got some reels. I got different reels. I'm not tied to any particular brand of reel. If it brings a fish in, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the same rods. I've become accustomed to utilizing the big caster reel, particularly last year. And I have that outfitted on not the most expensive Shimano product or fishing rod, but it is a medium heavy fast action rod that I like to use. I got very comfortable with this last year. Medium heavy. This started out as a 7-foot rod, but it's customized at this point because I did make some modifications up top there to get the touchy feel that I like as far as my rod's concerned. This particular reel and rod setup here, I got a Cast King bait caster rod here with a power crank that you see right here. It's not this didn't come standard with the reel. It comes with your two-handle turn reel, as they all do, but this is a power crank setup that I like. And again, this is a Shimano FX bait caster reel, casting reel, medium heavy, fast action. I go out, it doesn't matter whether I'm on my skiff or if I go out with the fellas on the kayaks, I take no less than 3 fishing rods with me. And I'll probably have 4 on most occasions. This is a rod that I picked up in January. This is a Lew's Speed Stick rod. I have not used this one yet. I'm going to break this one in whenever we get on the water. This has comes with a Lew's bait casting reel. I got 10 or 15 pound braid down there, and also have it top shot with some not monofilament, but you guys know, to lighten that up. I got your basic bucktail jig. You put my bucktail down here on the end, and then I put a little teaser shot up there. I'm very excited to check this one out. This is a 7-foot rod. It's heavy power, fast action, but keep in mind, folks, carbon fire. It's a speed stick Lew's. Heavy, fast action, but keep in mind, all rods aren't made the same. So when you determine and decide what type of feel you like with your rod, You know, that's the feel you go with. So your action may not line up with, for example, I showed you first my Shimano rod. So the action is different on that, although it says medium heavy, fast action with it. This here is another rod. I've used this one, and you guys aren't going to believe it, but this is also, or it was a 7-foot rod until last weekend when I utilized it fishing for tog, and the fish didn't break it. I broke it myself when my line got tangled up top. But this was a 7-foot rod. Again, the power is heavy on it with a fast action on it. Again, I got this set up with a bait caster from Cast King. I've really become a fan of Cast King reels, and this is a Cast King rod as well. This is their Crixus. I was excited using this. Perfect feel. Yes, it does pull in tog, and it will also pull in some flounder and fluke when we get a hold of them starting next week. Again, it's all about the feel up top for me, or on the tip of this rod. This rod is now also modified to my liking. I'm very excited again to get this out and test it on the fluke waters, but this is just another setup that I will utilize, whether again I'm out on the boat or I'm out on the kayak with the fellas. This is one of my spare reels. This is also a Lew's carbon fire reel. I got another Lew's rod that I have yet to even unwrap. So, you know, there's a common theme. I got a ton of Shimano rods in the back. I'm a big fan of them, and again, it's not big expensive Shimano rods. You know, again, if you have the money, you want to spend it on it, hey, that's your preference. I can buy 4 or 5 of the Shimano reels that I use and rods, you know, typically for the price that some folks will spend for one setup. Here's another Shimano FX that I use. However, this is of the spinning version, and on this one you'll see I got my spin rod here is a Quantum Optics, and this is a 40 size or 4000 class reel that I use for this, and I use it for the fluke fishing. I also use it for tog fishing. It's one of my backup rods that I utilize for it. All-purpose rods. I mean, I do have some other rods that I take out for deep sea fishing. Some of you saw my video with the Rampage rod made by Penn. Well, sadly, I returned that Rampage rod. It was, you know, really not what I was liking. But I did keep as you might see up there, I got hanging around, I did keep my Penn Revile rod. I'm in love with that thing. I'll pick up some more of those. This is a no-name brand reel. It's I got it very, very inexpensively. It is again a 4000 class reel, right? I got 4 or 5 of these things, far less than 50 bucks. And let me tell you, before you start chuckling and giggling, I put this on a Penn Squadron 3 surf rod, and let me tell you, that reel will cast a country mile. It's still on there, by the way. So I don't have a problem with this reel just because it doesn't have a name brand sticker on it. Some folks may. You know what? If it gets salty because I didn't rinse it off, I don't care. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. I'll just put some line on this one, fire it up, and put it back on the rod. Super, super inexpensive reel. Cast a country mile. As a matter of fact, I'll put this reel up against this Quantum Optics reel, and I'll put my money on that one. This is for, again, these Lew's reels. I fell in love with those. I'm not a big two-hand crank guy, so I'll change this out because I do have another one of those power cranks back there. I buy a couple sets of those anytime I think I'm going to buy some new reels. These Cast Kings, I just added a couple more to my supply. I had a challenge with some of my Zebco reels who actually make these, but this is for me, it's a little higher end on the Zebco product line. So I got my folks over here at Cast King. I'll use these stickers. I like collecting stickers. Salt Strong. I am an insider member with Salt Strong, and then my buddies over here, Captain Hanks, and let's not forget my man Nick with Saltwater Underground. But let's take a pic here. Hopefully you can see my screen. You know, flounder fishing is not just go jump in the boat or your kayak and hope to go out there. Hopefully you can see some of these some of these highlighted areas here. So you got to put the research in, you got to put the time in if you want to go out and be successful with your catches. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to keep an eye on the weather. I got a little network going. We're texting back and forth. You probably heard the jingles in there earlier on. I don't know what's going to happen Tuesday. We may get a window. What I do know is I'm off from work, so the rain won't keep me off the water. What will keep me off the water is lightning. So if we don't have any lightning, that presents and opens up a window for me. So I'm planning on being out there trying to get that first early season flounder and fluke. If you see us out there in the crabbing and fishing boat, give us a wave, give us a shout, give us a holler. And I typically don't do this, right? But if this is your first time viewing this video or viewing any of my content, please like and subscribe. You know, send me a message, communicate, comment, chat with me. I'll respond back to you. Otherwise, pray for some good weather. Hope for some good weather. Tuesday, New Jersey flounder season kicks off. You know the regulations, like them or not. Get out on the water, catch you some fish.